introduce everything. It's all good.
Hey, there we go. We're live.
Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of The Furry Raiders. I am your most humblest of the bad orange doggos, Avera. And joining me today is Noble.
Morning.
Hello. All right. And next up we have the almighty Red Wolf.
Yo, what's up?
All kinds of stuff, buddy. And furthermore, we have Liz Dixon.
Hello, hello.
Hello, great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in to the first story we have.
All right. US audiences can't get enough of Japan's anime action shows.
Which is absolutely true.
This is the fun part. American viewers interested in Japanese anime and live action content has soared in the past year, according to a report. Foreign shows find more demand from audiences aimed at the blah blah blah. Apparently we
So
can't see that.
interest in anime programs gauged from audience behavior online was up 33% in the first quarter from just a year ago in the United States. Measures audience demand for television content shown on the internet and market research company Global Connects. So basically what this article is saying is a lot of people in the United States are very interested in Japanese anime due to the pandemic. Wow, who would have thought that people who are locked in their homes are going to get addicted to anime?
Yeah, well,
That's a shocker.
that's nothing new.
US audiences' demand for Japanese language live action shows doubled in the same period, it said. American viewers were also most interested in Japanese content compared with other foreign language offerings, accounting for roughly one-third of demand over the past 6 quarters, according to the report. It topped Spanish language content at 21% and Korean programming at 11%.
Wow, and that's really interesting, considering that Spanish is one of the top languages on the planet. And Japanese, as popular as anime is, it's not a very well spoken language across
No,
like
I
the
don't.
entire world, you know?
No, I don't think it's really spoken around here too much, is it?
Maybe a little bit, but it's not really as common as like something like Spanish would be. So that's very interesting.
Parrott said its analysis of audience interest took into account customer interaction with television content online using data such as open stream platforms, search engine queries, and social media interactions. Streaming services, including Netflix, typically do not release viewership numbers. Okay, so these aren't like your 100%. This is exactly what it is. This is more than just gathering up and going, oh, we're going to take this as a final number. It's a real shame Netflix won't release their viewership. But then again, I suppose Disney does the same thing, don't they?
I wonder if they don't release it because it might affect like their stock market.
Or maybe
You
they
know,
don't
like
want to tell the truth about when their when their viewer rating is like kind of like low. They don't want to tell the truth sometimes.
yeah, it's kind of like putting like Rotten Tomatoes like on their platform. Like, well, most audience didn't like this, so most audience are not going to like that or
There
whatever
The
is
program that they're promoting.
there is some people who do watch the Japanese stuff over here, but a lot of the foreign viewership is Korean programming over here in Hawaii.
That's really interesting, and I imagine the animation is probably really really good.
Yeah, a
Was
lot of people are into the Korean stuff. Don't ask me why. I have no idea.
Well, there's a bunch of studios that are incredible in Korea, especially like when you look at iconic, you know, images or not images, shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
That was animated in Korea by a Korean
I
studio.
actually loved that show.
Yeah, that was animated in Korea.
I never knew that.
But yeah, it was a huge hit.
Yes, so they kind of implemented like some of those American, uh, like animation type of styles plus the Asian styles. Really was something else. I believe there were like 3 different studios in South Korea that animated Avatar. But
Wow.
anyways,
the market for foreign produced content in the US is growing amid the pandemic, and some shows like Netflix television series Allison, is it Borderland?
Borderland.
Borderland 2020 have found new international audiences with people largely stuck at home or unable to go to the movie theaters. Or entertainment giants now battling it out in the field of streaming services. Japan's anime content has largely been identified as a way to draw new subscribers. A demand for live-action Japanese shows is being fueled by people looking for more programming after becoming familiar with anime, the report said. I cannot pronounce that name without butchering it horribly.
Mr. TS. I guess we could just go with that.
Netflix's chief anime producers said in an interview in March that half of the company's global subscribers had watched at least one anime title, and it plans to release 40 more this year. I will have to say this. I have been finding some more modern animes rather fun to watch. Unfortunately, when it comes to things like I used to watch Supergirl, but that got just bad as the seasons went on, and I've completely dropped it off. And there's been a few other shows I've had to stop watching. It's just been terrible.
Oh, okay. I'm not really super into anime.
Welcome back. Japan is home to old and new anime titles whose value with audiences internationally has likely yet to be fully unlocked. In the past pandemic year, a film based on Demon Slayer, I am not good at pronouncing that part, franchise broke Japanese box office records. Its title series is available to stream internationally on multiple services, and the movie has made $37.1 million in US cinemas according to Box Office Mojo.
Well, that's good. I mean, I wonder like what their budget was like before they did this. Was it 2 million? And then they made like that much back.
Other
Doesn't really
entertainment
matter.
also getting in on the action last year. Sony made 1.2 million bid for the anime streaming service Crunchyroll from AT&T with a deal currently under review by antitrust regulators.
Oh my god.
In 2019, HBO Max licensed the US streaming rights for a trove of films by famed Japanese creator. I am not going to try to pronounce that name. All right, so that's the end of the title. Now, I have to push back to the whole point about why Americans are sort of failing to the point where they are. So it turns out that 10% of viewers of whether it's reading comic books, watching movies, TV shows, this is coming from the comic book side, sorry. It was only 10% of their audience reading comic books that were on Twitter. And yet, of that, I think it was something like 4 or 6% of people were promoting the new wave of how stories are being told. So comic book writers and the authors and all that go, okay, we're going to push this sort of rhetoric, and their audience just basically drops off. Gee, I wonder why.
No clue.
Wow. No
Yeah.
shock there.
I mean,
Crazy.
the original Star Wars is still good to watch for crying out loud. The
I
latest
know,
one
really?
just makes you sit there thinking, what the hell is this? Yeah, but as I was saying before, I've come across shows myself where they started off good, they started running down, and then they've completely, well, gone off the rails. And then you got shows like Batwoman where they couldn't even keep the damn actor on.
True.
Oh goodness. No.
They
no.
had to pull a Doctor
She
Who
did
and
not
switch out
care at
Batman,
all.
Batgirl.
Oh
I mean,
my
that,
God, Doctor Who! Don't even get me started. I cannot
They
stand
kind
the
of
female
ruined
Doctor
that.
Who.
They ruined that.
well, it's like STD. I mean, you turn around and give you give a starship basically technology from a different timeline, and then you throw it in pretending it's all, oh, hey, back at this period, for the last, what, 30 years has it been? Star Trek. They
Yeah,
turn
Star
around
Maybe
Trek
and
was
more.
have a
What,
timeline.
since like the 70s? Probably like 45 years, man.
Star
Yeah.
Trek started in the '60s before I was born. Thank you.
That is so absolutely bonkers.
And then
Tell me
STD
about it.
comes along and
60s? What?
rewrites the whole thing.
I'm telling you. But no, they ruined Doctor Who. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the same with what STD did with Star Trek.
Yep.
Just, I don't understand why.
I don't either. It's weird how they do
Because
stuff like that.
the Doctor could also be a strong female protagonist, right, guys? Yeah, like the progressives-y.
I mean,
Yeah,
there was
let's go ahead and put a woman and ruin the show. Why don't we?
they've already
I
had a
mean,
female Doctor.
yeah, basically. I'm
No,
not
there
trying
was
to be all
a
sexist, but like, y'all are trying to change the damn shit about the show. Like, come on.
going
Stop it.
back to the 90s. There was the BBC had like this comedy thing on YouTube, and
Mhm.
they had the Doctor go through a few changes. Rowan Atkinson played Doctor Who as well
Oh my
in it.
God.
And they ended up having a woman who was great. And during, I think it was like the last season of Doctor Who, they had another female Doctor. She was black and she was good. Why the hell that wasn't the real Doctor for our current season, I don't understand.
I don't like Jodie Whittaker. I'm sorry. When they announced it was her, but my son and I were like, "What the? They're doing what to the Doctor?" Okay, that's it. We're not going to watch it anymore. We're done.
But they already did it with the Master, and that was Missy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
wasn't
Well,
too
Missy
bad
was
though.
different because Missy was cool in my book. I loved Missy.
I know Missy was her own thing, and
Thank
that's what
you.
made it good. And then finding out it's the Doctor, it made sense why she had such a thing going after the Doctor.
Exactly. But to change the main Doctor to this woman, no, that didn't work. I'm sorry.
It was horrible.
But you know,
Terrible.
having Missy go after as a Time Lord going after the Doctor, yeah, that was cool because she could do her own little thing, and I loved it when she was her little evil self, and the little things that she used to do and say. That was awesome. You know, we were like, oh my God, she's too funny, or ooh, look at how evil she's being. But it was great because she was going, opposite of the Doctor. But to have the Doctor herself be a woman, and then it's like, okay, well, you can't have a woman chasing a woman because that makes no sense. But the other interaction, yeah, it worked. But having the main Doctor as a woman, no, it just didn't work out for me. And I was like, okay, I'm done. But I think Peter Capaldi and David Tennant were the two best doctors. Those were the two I was really hooked on.
Oh, I think I remember it now. Let's see if that worked. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Here we go. I won't be able to play the video, but I'll. Oh, come on.
You know, I
Load
remember
already.
2 main episodes from Doctor Who, and I know they have like different doctors and stuff, but just hear me
Yes.
out. You know, one of
Okay.
them was Blink. You remember that one?
I think so. Yeah, Blink. I remember that one.
Yeah,
that was a
with
good
like
one.
the angels and stuff. You know,
Oh, that was
and he's like,
freaky,
"Don't
man. That
blink."
freaked us out.
Bro, that
Don't
was
blink.
crazy. And that's a good episode to like introduce people to Doctor Who, like if they don't really know about the lore. If they just
Yes.
saw that episode like just by itself, that kind of just explains a lot of stuff, which is really
And
cool.
you're hooked. You get hooked
Yeah.
instantly.
And
Here we
then
go.
the
Oh
second
my
episode, which I
God.
really loved, was the one with the different doctor, and I forgot the actor's name, but he's like really famous. It was the one with Vincent Van Gogh, and like they went to like back in time, and Vincent Van Gogh like went to the Louvre, and he saw his own art
Yeah,
museum.
yeah. The time
you
of the
see that
doctors.
one?
I remembered the crossover one with all the different. Yes. Oh my God.
How cool
Didn't
was
that one have the
though?
War
Oh my
Doctor, too?
goodness.
That one
That's
had the
the
War
one,
Doctor,
Daniel.
didn't
That's
it?
the War Doctor. That's the one. Oh my God. Yes, with the painting.
Exactly.
Remember?
Oh, that was so
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
That was, oh my God. That's one of my favorites too. When you see the different doctors together and when it's like, what the? I mean, that was freaking awesome.
Revelation. I know.
Yes,
So,
those were.
oh
They
my
had
goodness.
some really good episodes. I was like, oh my God. The Cybermen always freaked me out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, I know that face back there. Oh my gosh. He's always so evil.
Now, where is it? No, there's a. Oh, ads.
Imagine swallowing a nail. No.
Why
I don't
would
want
you
to
say
swallow a
that?
nail, thank you.
Why do we have
Why?
to have these
What?
ads?
No, Doctor
Seriously.
Curry. I don't want to. No. I do not want to swallow a nail. Thank you.
So
Nobody
here's another
wants a
doctor.
tutorial about this.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Imagine swallowing a nail. No. Ooh.
Here we go.
Thank
Here we go. The first woman doctor. No, seriously.
Now, see,
Right.
if she would have looked like that I could handle. But I don't know.
So-
Jodie Whittaker just, I don't know. She just doesn't fit the profile of a doctor.
So this was back in 2009. I mean, it ain't new. It really is not new.
It's crazy, though.
So, do we have any live comments? Any questions?
A couple of people. Oh, here we go. You're
You are
correct.
correct, Boombox.
But yeah, to me, if you're gonna have a female doctor, they gotta be a crazy character like Missy. You know, it can't be this. Oh my God, she's so beautiful looking and normal looking. No, the doctor was always weird. I mean, look at the hair that Peter Capaldi had in the beginning, please.
Oh, have you seen this one? The David Tennant's when he's a teacher.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, yes.
That
I've
was
seen
good.
every single David Tennant episode. Thank you very much.
But like I was saying before, sorry, this is like
did like the
2009.
scarf. That classy scarf. Way back in the day, like early Star Trek. Why didn't
I
they
just-
reuse the scarf, man? Like that was cool.
I don't know.
What about growing in the beard?
That's a thing too.
But you know, I got hooked on on Doctor Who through my son, who got hooked on it through a teacher, and we were just like, "Okay, we got to go watch David. We got to go watch Doctor Who. We got to go watch Doctor Who." And I mean, we never missed the Christmas specials or anything like that. It were just so much fun.
Yeah, remember the Christmas special where they brought back the first Doctor?
Oh my gosh,
Oh yeah.
that was something. How
That
about
was
the
a
one
good
with?
one.
How about with Santa Claus?
Whoa!
Hello.
I never saw that. Fucking spoiler alert. What?
Go
Yes,
watch it then.
They
there's
brought back the
actually one.
first Doctor? Are you kidding me?
Yes, they had an
What?
episode where they had the very first Doctor. It was so cool.
No way!
Nice that he's
Yes.
still alive and kicking though for it.
My
Yeah, he
mind
was
has
alive
been
for it.
blowneth.
But they had some great crossovers, bringing back past Doctors, and just oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Wow. All right. Shall we move on to the next topic?
Sure.
Okay, so now we've got the train wreck. Red, do you want to go do this one?
God.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, like, here we go. Leftist loons are now targeting racist bird names. It's like, really, people? What's wrong with that now? I mean, birds have been named for what? How many years now?
Hundreds of years.
Ay, and now they're starting
Quite
to come
some
up with
time,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But America. Let's see. Wait. So I just start with the NPR, right?
Yep, that's all we got.
Okay. Oh yeah. But America is trying to come to terms with this complicated racial past by changing the names of institutions, ranging from military bases to baseball teams. Oh, we know about that one,
And
don't we?
football teams.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
We can no longer call the bluebirds because that utilizes color, and color is racist and evil. We must call them color neutral birds.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy though. Like this has been like this for like many like years, decades, and now all of a sudden with this woke political crap, now they want to change everything because they don't like it.
That is very disturbing.
Very much so.
Let's see what it says here. Kaufman, like many birders, hadn't paid much attention to the people behind the bird names. Oh wow! I really care about what Kaufman has to say about this. That what? Bluebirds are bad? Robins? Oh my goodness, terrible. Hummingbirds?
Absolutely
Oh,
terrible.
how dare you!
Yeah, they don't hum, so you can't call them hummingbirds anymore. Really?
Well, it does go on.
But if the reason they're hummingbirds is their heartbeat actually sounds, it's beating so fast it sounds like a humming sound. That's why they're called hummingbirds.
Well, maybe you're just a bigot that doesn't realize that some birds can't fly. I mean,
Yeah.
how dare you, you evil birdist? Yeah.
No, they still fly. They
exactly.
just fly through the water.
Emus are cool, but they can't fly.
Emus can
Think
win a
about
war.
that.
I know. It's like penguins can't fly in the air, but they can, like you said, fly through the water. They glide so fast in the ocean it isn't funny. It's like they're basically flying their own way.
Oh, so now they're privileged.
Oh, heaven
Penguins
forbid
are
if you
privileged by the water. My goodness.
what's next?
I
Are we
bet
going to
they
have to
support
change?
global warming now, don't they?
I mean, what are we going to have to do? Change the name of flying fish and catfish and dogfish?
Honestly, don't give them any ideas because they're probably going to want to do that.
And oh my
That's
God,
gonna be,
don't forget about the parrot fish.
No, stop it.
All right, look. I found out at work that there was a color that had its name changed. It was a very dark brown, and back in the day, it was called nigger brown. Now I can understand changing that name, but bluebird? Seriously? What the hell?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? There's no. It's just
Well,
the name of the
they're
color.
using color to discriminate. I mean, it's not
No,
necessarily all that different.
From what I could tell, they were describing the color as being a dark color. That's
So
it.
I guess we're gonna have to change the name of blackbirds too then.
Oh, how dare you
Yes.
say such a thing? Blackbird?
We can't say blackbird. We can't
Yikes.
say bluebird. We can't say
No,
yellow-bellied
it's a bird
sapsucker.
of color. Okay, that's what we call them now. It's a bird of color.
Oh please. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but please. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to go through the crayons and change flamingo pink.
Don't forget about cardinal red.
Chinese white
cardinal
was apparently
red.
a color.
Birds of potential color.
Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but
This is what these people want.
Oh, then I guess we better change the name of the green sea turtle.
Oh well, it depends how green he is. It depends on his privilege. I mean, should we give him a wealth tax? I mean, how
Then
green really is he?
I guess we can't say blue and gold macaw either.
Oh no, that's way too much privilege. No.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that's the color of the bird is blue and gold. So what are you going to call it? Just a macaw? There's different colored macaws. You can't just say macaw because there's the blue and gold macaw. There's the rainbow colored macaw. There's green macaws. So what are you going to
do? The rainbow macaws are okay because they fit the narrative, so that's fine.
Yeah, but you can't just say it's a macaw. Hello. There's different colors to classify the different macaws, you idiots.
Oh my buns.
Can't say green parrot, can't say bluebird, like we were saying, but oh my god, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Birds have had their names for a lot longer than some of us have had our names, and it's just baloney.
I know, but let's have one of the last articles. The last sentences from this article. It says, once you start realizing that the kind of these historical characters, says Kaufman, the bird names take on a more sinister tone.
Oh, please!
A sinister tone, you say.
Really?
Really?
Oh, God.
How damn sinister can a freaking bird name be?
Exactly.
What?
And
what the bonkers? What?
What the Sam Hill is going on? I'm sorry.
It's silly. It's a silly thing.
No, it's not silly. In my opinion, it's downright stupid.
Okay, just I think the best way to make people understand about how language changes would be the word gay. So back in the 1960s, the word gay meant someone was happy.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was back in the 20s even in the 20s.
I'm pretty sure that's actually in the Flintstones theme song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll have a gay old time.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a happy time. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we're all having fun.
Yeah. Even
But
back
now,
in the 20s, they said gay. But yeah, now gay takes on a different meaning, and it's whatever.
How we can describe a Vera.
What? Excuse me?
I get it.
No, you don't. Evan, stop it.
Oh my god, you guys are going to make me... Oh god.
And no offense, I'm not trying to go off topic with that one YouTube comment from Purple Eyes. What's up with his re?
I don't know. Purple is pretty damn cool. Whatever. But
no, it's amazing how different words take on different meanings depending on the time of everything of whatever is going on, and how something simple as what gay used to mean you were just happy, having a good time, go lucky, and now some people find it and use it in an offensive way. And to me, in my opinion, a gay person is a happy person. So there you go. You're still happy, in my opinion.
Anyone
Uh,
see any of the outtakes of Back to the Future?
No, I haven't.
Mm-mm.
Well, one of the outtakes, Marty brings up the term "gay," and the Doc's response from 1955 is, "Why wouldn't he want to be happy?"
Morty, everyone's happy. Everyone's
And
not.
they had to
It
delete
doesn't matter.
this, and they
We're all gonna
deleted
die.
that scene.
But it is something how like back in the 60s, not to offend anybody who might be listening or listen to this, but being called a nigger was a bad thing. Nowadays, black people call each other nigger and it's not used as an offensive way.
Well, they
But
use
back in
it
the
in
60s,
rap a lot. They use it in like their songs and whatever.
Yeah, and
It's like
not
some
exactly.
with an
brotherhood
it's
type
not
of
with an ER, it's with
situation.
an A.
Yeah, but back in the 60s, that was very offensive. But nowadays, it's not offensive. They just drop two
It's
letters, put on a third letter, and it's not offensive anymore.
it's
So
just like thrown around.
yeah, exactly. It's okay to use it now, but back in the 60s, it was considered a bad thing to be called that.
Well, yeah,
So
it's very strange how language can change just over the course of decades. In this
yeah,
particular
exactly.
case, I mean,
Things
yeah.
that I was told not to say when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s. Things that were offensive then are okay now, but yet some of the things that were okay then are considered offensive now. And I'm like, what
Well,
the
yeah, I
fuck,
mean that's a
people?
curse word directed towards a particular type of group of people.
Well,
But it's not just that, it's other things too, and it's like, it was okay to be called this, but now you can't call someone that, and before, okay, you couldn't call someone this, but now you can, and it's like bizarro opposite world from the time when I was a teenager to now that I'm approaching 50 years old. It's like, okay, where am I and what's going on with this world?
Yeah,
you've
your
got
childhood is different from mine.
Amen to that, kid.
you've got the whole pride thing now, where you have people in literal full BDSM just walking around out in public.
Oh,
Yeah.
please don't make me vomit about Pride Month.
I mean, hell, I thought so. In my
'Cause
state,
I
we've got
will.
something called Mona, and I heard of a art piece there where it was just basically some dude humping a sheep. That's it.
Oh my god.
And I'm thinking, wait, why is that art?
So,
I have not gone to Mona since it opened, and I do not intend to go there now. The amount
Oh
of
my
shit I've
god.
heard coming out of that place is just insane, and I can't comprehend why that would be considered art.
I
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
art is
yeah,
some
dope.
freaking people marching down the streets of New York City with their leather and straps on and running around. That's art for them because they're expressing themselves, right?
God.
Oh, hooray!
Yeah, I saw somebody
No, it's
expressing
gross,
themselves the other
man.
day.
Like
They
keep
were
your
laying on the
fetishes in your
ground.
bedroom. What the
Yeah,
crap?
well, here's somebody expressing themselves. I actually saw a homeless person laying on the ground butt naked.
Oh, so you're in California? Oh no,
Yeah.
you're in Hawaii.
No, I'm
Ah,
in
close enough.
Hawaii and I was like, "Okay."
Well, you should see what happens in California because they actually have some poop patrol.
Oh,
You ever hear
I know
about that?
about all of that. I've heard about that. It's a lot of it's in San
Yeah.
Francisco in a certain Nancy Pelosi's district. But we won't go there about that old crony. Don't get me started on her.
You mean the demon? I mean
Yeah,
politician?
yeah, her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The governor's aunt.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. And he's digging himself a big hole to where he ain't going to get reelected. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, that's something. Ants have also been targeted by the new sort of world thing. Apparently, they're being given their neutral gender now.
What?
No, seriously.
Oh my god.
You can't even leave ants alone. They're not
Jesus.
hurting you. Leave them be.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, but
People have gone too far with everything now.
Well,
certain
talking
things.
about too far, how about
Uh-oh.
USA Today?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, really.
Yeah. Hybrid babies.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the best photo I could find. Screen grab. So has anyone seen Sweet Tooth yet?
Oh
No.
my God. No.
I don't believe so.
It
No.
was honestly just a bit dull. I didn't like it, to be honest.
God.
I mean, it ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, so the kids are basically being held by an army. Okay.
That seems boring.
No, that
Yeah.
seems kind of scary. I would not want to be held by an army. Oh,
No.
no thanks.
No,
In
thank you.
Netflix live action adaptation of Jeff Lemire. Can't pronounce the names for the life of me. DC comic series Sweet Tooth, the sudden appearance of half human, half animal hybrids during a pandemic, which I have to admit, bad timing.
Yeah, you think?
Or you would think the best timing, because people are all locked in their homes and now they're being exposed to the internet.
This
I mean,
is
who wouldn't want to be
ridiculous.
a half human hybrid?
Prompts many regular humans to being hunted and murdered by hybrids out of fear and quite
Oh,
literally
what
open
the? Who the
speciesism.
fuck? Wait, what? Who? What? Hunting people? What are you talking about? This is not the same article. Is it?
Tamed with the Sweet Tooth premiere, timed with the Sweet Tooth premiere. The June 4th weekend edition of USA Today hit newsstands wrapped in a full front page advertisement about the show's style of multiple I'm losing it right now.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Page, multiple style tabbed out stories about human animal hybrids and concerns they might be a national security risk. Hybrid babies born across
Yes,
the world reacts
that's
to
it.
a new
That is
generation
exactly
of half
what we
human,
have to
half
gain
animal.
from this article. That furries are a national security risk.
What
They're
gets
Yeah.
me is
human animal hybrids. Ugh.
these
Can't deal
aren't
with
half
that,
and half.
says the American government. No way.
That's a no, thank you. And it's like you said, it's trying to make a thing about furries. So, no, furries are not a security risk. Furries are not half animal, half human. I'm sorry, but you guys are so full of it and take that crap off.
Yeah, this last paragraph kind of makes me wonder if these people actually think it's real. These so-called, Hong Kong journalists that believe
Just
that they're actually reporting on the news. Hybrid babies born across the United States and the world. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right.
Growing concern. Yeah. Douchedog says, furries a national security risk? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
no, I
are.
don't think
We
so.
are a national security risk. Hybrid animals are everywhere. You're dead right. All over the
all right.
place.
So in the show itself, you do have a lot of people who generally seem to fear the hybrids after they're born. There's a lot of this xenophobia as well in the actual show itself, and they really rub it in hard.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
They show the slow decline over the first series of how the world went from what it's like today to how it became post-apocalyptic. I love the way The Walking Dead did it. Fear the Walking Dead, however, where it started off as we're protesting because police are shooting innocent people. It's like, yeah, no, they're shooting dead bodies that are up and walking around. And what happens
Yeah.
during the
They did
protest?
that very well. I
Yeah,
must say. They really
they got
did.
they managed to convert like a shit ton of people into zombies in like literally one night. By
Yeah.
people not even paying attention to what's going on and reacting to what they thought was going on.
Yeah, but it was like kids, like, sharing videos that they saw like on TikTok or some shit. And the teacher was like, "Oh, well, we shouldn't really be talking about this," but they were showing like videos like on their phones or whatever. Like that's how it started.
I'll just
Remember?
scoot down to the next paragraph in this. While
Yeah.
advertorials have become common in the modern media landscape, what made Sweet Tooth piece stand out was how little about the suggestion they were actual pieces of news. Regular readers of the IO9 perhaps while would have pegged them for what they were, but everyone else, there was one word: disclosure is a small print above the headline. Everything else about the ads, from the photos provided by Netflix to the tone of the writing to the fact that the ads were acting as the front page of a major newspaper, suggested that they were hard news meant to be taken at face value. It's not clear how many markets the advertorial were placed in, but we could not find them in a cursory search of the New York City nor Westchester County, New York.
Uh-oh.
There's a Westchester.
Picking on New York. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I take zero offense to that.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
I don't think they know what they're talking about either.
Probably making themselves trying to feel better after their nonsensical storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, I've heard other YouTubers bring this up before, but I have to as well. You would think after the War of the Worlds, people may have gotten a little bit more concerned about what they put out in media.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, are you talking about like the 1940s like broadcast where everyone got freaked out about Martians invading?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think people would be a little bit more skeptical. But
Well, you would think people would
that
be more
did cause a
smart.
stir.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you get idiots out there that think, oh, drinking an enormous amount of salt water is a very good idea. Yeah, right.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's that, what is it, like that juice thing? Can't think of the first name of it.
I'm not sure
Anyway.
what you're on about.
Yeah.
There's this crazy lunatic suggesting this really high salt drink that kind of makes
Jilly
you dead.
juice. Yes.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
There we go. Jilly juice. Yes, she's
Yeah.
she promotes waterfalls. That's healthy, apparently.
Well, I know why one people will fall.
I saw her on Dr. Phil. That was some bonkers nonsense. It really was, though. Like, come on, jelly juice, fermented cabbage crap with like some salt and water. Like, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
It'll cure your broken limbs. It'll cure AIDS. It'll stop you from being gay. She
Yeah, like
literally
back
said
in the
that.
day when it was drink aloe vera juice. Oh God.
Wait, that stuff's. I didn't think you could actually consume that stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope not.
They
That's
they
like-
they actually had a thing out in the 90s that was basically aloe vera juice. It was supposed to help make you healthier.
Oh,
I would have
God.
thought drinking water would have been healthier.
Yeah, exactly. Then there was the cabbage soup diet to help you lose weight.
Exactly, jelly juice. Yeah,
Yeah. Ugh.
yeah. She could do
People-
all
People
kinds
try
of
to
magical
believe
stuff.
anything. You know, if anyone says it's healthy for you, everyone's gonna just try to follow like sheep.
Yep.
All right. Noble, what's our
Yeah.
next topic going on right now?
Okay, so this shitstorm.
Yep, here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy! All right, so let's read this. It says, Onion says
Union.
Onion?
ongoing closure.
Onion. Why'd you say
Onion.
onion?
I'm sorry, Union. I'm sorry, whatever. Union, the Union from West Oahu says Union says ongoing closure of health clinic in Nanakuli.
Nanakuli.
Nanakuli is equity issue.
Equity issue. Yeah.
So what is this all about? There's an equity issue. Do you guys know what that even means? When it comes to equity issue, there's a difference between equity and equality. But let's see what this article says.
Yes. The thing is at the time of this pandemic, there was two small clinics that were closed down by Kaiser temporarily because of the size of them, and with the social distancing and stuff, they couldn't keep these two clinics open. One was located here in Nanakuli, where I live. The other one is in a more richer area known as Hawaii Kai. Well, here we are over a year later, and the Hawaii Kai Clinic has been reopened already. The one here in Nanakuli is still closed. And
Wow.
it's like, okay, so you don't want to send the people who live in Hawaii Kai 10 miles to their next closest Kaiser Clinic, but you expect people who live on the very end of the west side in a city called Makaha to drive 14 miles to their nearest Kaiser Clinic.
And this isn't even like about driving, because this has to also do with like, let's say if you're very sick and you're on like the far west and you have to
Yes.
get to Honolulu, you have to
Oh,
get like a ferry
it's
or
it's
some kind
it's
of
it's like on a good day, it takes me 45 minutes just to get to the beginning part of downtown Honolulu on a good
right.
day. And that's driving on the freeway. But there are
Wow.
people who unfortunately don't have transportation, so they have to catch the bus or order an Uber or take a cab or order the handy van, which is for the handicap or the elderly. Now, the thing that sucks about this clinic not being reopened is right there next door, basically, there is a group of senior apartments, and some of those seniors have Kaiser. So they are used to just walking across and there's their doctor. But with the clinic not being opened, and these are people who unfortunately don't have family that they can rely on, and they have to try to get a handy van or use their money that they have limited resources to get a cab, and taxis are very, very expensive here in Hawaii, or order an Uber, and it's harder for them to get their appointments. Like over here on the west side, the other cities, which are Maili, Waianae, and Makaha, people could just take a bus known as the 40, take the bus down, get off, and the clinic's right across the street from the bus stop. To get to the new clinic, it's a lot further, and the bus stop is 2 blocks from the clinic for the nearest bus stop. And when you got somebody who's in a walker or a wheelchair, it's harder for them to get to their doctor appointments. And yes, there's a nice, beautiful new clinic, but it's harder access for a lot of people on this side. And we're like, okay, wait a minute. So the rich people get their clinic open to where they don't have to travel further, but we get ours still closed. And why? And the thing is if they do not reopen this clinic, 57 jobs will be moved from Hawaii to California. So 57 healthcare workers will be out of a job when we need healthcare workers seriously on this island, because it is harder to get people to come from the mainland to Hawaii to work here. A lot of people leave here instead of coming to here because of the way things are with the economy and the prices and all of that. So to have people lose their jobs hurts us more than some people
Wow.
realize.
Honestly,
Yeah, that's the
I
thing about
really
it around here
I
is
didn't know
like,
that.
well, Aviator, check this out. This is how much Hawaii really cares. Like they sure they care about the rich side, but they don't give a fuck about us on the other side, on the west side.
No,
See, this is where
we
they get
are
privilege wrong.
yeah,
It's
we
not.
are like a redheaded stepchild. We get treated like crap. We are the afterthought. There was a bridge that was in dire repair and they waited and waited and waited and waited, and now all of a sudden, oh, okay, now we're going to fix the bridge. Yeah, it's going to take 3 years, and it's like they keep screwing with the lanes to where one side has 2 lanes open for part of the day, then the other side has the 2 lanes open, but it's called contraflow. So it's like you never have all 4 lanes open, and traffic is a nightmare when there's only one road that basically goes in and out that services 4 cities on this side. And
Oh,
there's
hey,
no other way in or out.
oh, hey, Noble. I see a comment on YouTube that you should actually highlight that Deutsch Dog actually said about the British. You should actually point that out. So he said that if Hawaii had stayed British, you wouldn't have the problems now. Hmm.
We probably wouldn't.
Wow,
No, yeah,
that's
that's
actually
actually a good
not.
point.
No, that's not a good point because that's completely wrong. The
Well,
British
no, in
never
this case,
colonized Hawaii. You know who did? America. Queen Liliuokalani. She was the last queen that ever was on Hawaii before in the late 1800s that America finally actually conquered Hawaii.
right,
I don't know
but
what you're
it
talking
was the
about.
British that actually, because if you look at the
It
Hawaiian
wasn't
state
the British
flag,
though.
it actually has the Union Jack on the Hawaii state flag.
Yeah, but
Okay,
America
this is something I
colonized.
have no idea about.
Maybe
but but
maybe we shouldn't get too much into history.
but
But
anyway, it's
hmm.
like this is ridiculous how, yes, you give us a nice new clinic, but you're not realizing that there are people who can't get to that nice new clinic. It's harder, and we do have a lot of people who they're basically set in their ways. They like going to where they're going to go. They like knowing where their staff is. They like people who know them as soon as they walk in the door. They're greeted with a smile and by their name. Not treated like a name or like a number, basically. you
And
know
the thing is, I don't like to interrupt, but they're basically treating all of our elderly people like crap, who've actually paved the road for us people here.
Yeah, our kapunas, as we call our elderly, our kapunas, they're basically put on a shelf or on the side. They're not, they say, oh yeah, we're all about our kapunas, we're all about our kapunas. Yeah, if they live on the west side, they're forgotten, which to me is bullshit. It shouldn't matter where you live on this island. Everybody should be treated equally, and there is no equality. Basically, it depends on where you live, is how your side gets treated. They put they
Oh,
put oh my god, they put the downtown and Waikiki and Hawaii Kai side first, and the west, and the west side is the lower of everything else. And it just drives us crazy that no matter how much we raise our voices and say we need this, we need that, it sucks because it takes us 10 times longer to get something as the same thing. Like if Hawaii Kai needs something, they get it within a few months. If the West Side needs the same thing, it takes us years to get it. And that's not fair. And it just drives us all crazy. I've served the last couple of years on our neighborhood board. I have heard a lot, seen a lot, and there is stuff that is just not getting done. And this right now to me is the biggest thing. My family themselves have been going to this clinic since 2004. So, it's like family, and the employees that are being sent to different clinics, they want to be back over here because it's easier for them. This is their home. A lot of them have been at this clinic since it opened. So, you've got people that don't like going further, or like I said, they can't go further, and it's like Kaiser just they care more about the almighty dollar than their patients. And it's ridiculous.
And this is happening in other states too at the same time. So we just wanted to bring this up because this has been a major issue, not just for us, but this is probably happening a lot everywhere else too.
But yeah, so Kaiser is they need to listen. Hey, we need this clinic. Oh, well, we're going to make a decision, but we're not going to close it. It's from what I had heard, but now they're talking about closing it when first said they weren't going to close it. But now they're talking about possibly by the fall making a decision to close it permanently, which is going to hurt a lot of people. Right now it's just sitting there doing nothing.
It's
It's
empty.
empty. But yet they were fixing the air conditioning, they were working on it, but yet now you're thinking of closing it when you already put money into it, fixing it up. Does that make any sense to you?
It does make sense if that was some kind of a scam.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's
It's
we're just
frustrating.
it's very, very frustrating how things are happening, and it's costing people their jobs. People are leaving this island, as it is. The unemployment, it's the unemployment system is so screwed up it isn't funny.
Yeah,
you
well,
know
don't forget we could also blame our stupid governor, who's a Democrat.
don't even go there, Daniel. I mean, Mighty Red Wolf, don't even go there. I didn't want to get started on the jellyfish.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, you can actually ask why we call him a jellyfish.
I've never heard that before, but I do kind of like it.
Well, the reason that we refer to our governor as a jellyfish is because he's spineless.
And also, don't forget about the frog joke.
Yeah, he sounds like Kermit the Frog when he speaks.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah,
that
you
jellyfish
would have
could
to look
speak.
that up.
Yeah, jellyfish have no spines. So we call him the jellyfish because he's spineless.
Yeah, I thought it was more like a blub 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 kind of
Yeah,
situation.
he's basically a blob with that just does nothing in the beginning of the pandemic, and we were like, okay, you're letting these people tell you what to do, but you're not standing up for what we need to do. But yet the lieutenant governor was standing up for us, but the governor was doing nothing. So even the newspaper had a cartoon calling him a jellyfish. So what does that tell you?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but nobody is weighing in on this. Our state leaders, our West Side leaders have nothing to say about this that I have heard. It was brought up at our last board meeting, and I jumped in and talked about what I knew, and then I got interviewed for the article, and now here I am talking about it with you guys. But it's just something that I'm going to keep fighting for, and I'm going to see this to the end, whether I'm still on the board or not, or if I ever get back on the board. But I am seeing this through one way or the other to the finish, whether they decide to reopen the clinic or close the clinic. But I am going to be in on this until the end, because this is something very close to me, my heart, my family, and my community. It's something that a lot of people don't know how to speak up on it. So I was told that I'm actually being like a voice for a lot of people, and I'm honored to have that distinction, and I'm proud to be doing this on behalf of my community.
You really are, and it's very humbling to have someone like you on our show today, just to be able to talk about these issues that a lot of people kind of ignore. But yeah, we really do have to bring this to the forefront.
And
So
I am
yeah,
very
thank you.
honored and that you have me on your show so I can speak about this. It's like, oh, okay, somebody wants to hear what I have to say. And if I can get this out to as many people, and hey, let Kaiser know we need this clinic here in Nanakuli. It's very, very important to a lot of people, especially our kapunas, our seniors who just don't have the resources to go further out of this community to get their health care, because we actually have a lot of diabetics on this side. So, they're not going to want to go further, or they, like I said, they can't because, some people have, unlike my mom, who fortunately gets her supplies for free, a lot of them don't get their supplies for free. And to have to spend extra money to get a ride to go further, that's taking away their food money or their rent money or whatever. And it sucks because a lot of people have to pay high prices for their medication. And I wish that all of our seniors didn't have to pay for their medicines, because I think if you've gotten to a certain age and you've worked so hard in your life, you shouldn't have to pay for your medicines. You should be getting your medicine free. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever see that day, not in my lifetime, maybe in my child's lifetime or grandkids' lifetime. God, who knows? But, they've worked hard and they deserve to not have to worry about that. But a lot of them, okay, do I eat or do I pay for my medicine? Which is it?
That's a tough decision.
You know, and it sucks when you have to decide, do I take my medicine to stay alive or do I eat to stay alive? And I thank God that my parents don't have to go through that. I hope my child never has to go through that. I thank God I don't have to go through that. My medication's actually covered. Thank you, Jesus. But, it sucks that our senior citizens actually have to make that choice because they are on a fixed income. And,
That's not a Hawaiian problem. I mean, that's an American
oh yeah,
problem too.
that's an American problem. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
that's why we
All,
decided to
Oh,
bring
in
this
that
up.
place. Yeah, of course.
that's
We've
that's
seen these
that's
things.
that's all of our seniors. But with specifically here in Hawaii, you've got people that, because it is so high here too, and a lot of them are in senior apartments and they don't have family. Those that don't have family or caregivers, my parents are blessed that they have Daniel, my son, and I to help. And we thank God that we came home when we did, because both of my parents, their health has declined over the last few years since we've been home. So I thank God we came home when we did, because I can't imagine my dad having to do what he used to do now. There's no way. But you look at these people that have no children or grandchildren to help them. They're on their own. So those are the ones that, not just here but everywhere, that have to make those hard decisions. And it's like, that sucks. You shouldn't have to make those decisions. You've earned this time in your life when you're supposed to be relaxing, enjoying your golden years, but yet you have to decide, do I buy my medicine or do I buy dinner? And or do I pay this bill or that bill, or do I risk losing my electricity, or do I risk losing my telephone because I can't afford it? And I just hate that for all of our seniors across the US, even around the world, period. Nobody should have to make that decision, no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. That's really tough.
But I do thank you for letting me talk about this, because this is something I could go on and on about.
Oh no, it's totally fine. Yeah, of course.
But it's hard, because when this was brought up at the board meeting, I wanted to start crying right away. I just wanted to, like, grab the microphone and say, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about, and yada yada yada, but I had to wait my turn and I had to act like an adult because it was being filmed, so I was on camera at the time.
Well,
But
I do hope that people can listen to this and that your message resonates.
I hope it does too. And
I hope
I'm
so.
just grateful for this opportunity. I thank you guys so much for this. And thank you, Mighty Red Wolf, for giving me this opportunity.
Well, of course, you know I always have your back.
I know you do, and I love you for it.
All right, so I believe it's about time to wrap this up.
Yep. So, Vera, do you have anything to say for your final goodbye for today?
Sure. I hope everyone enjoyed this show as much as we had as much fun making it. And please do look into Liz and all the hard work she's been doing. Really fantastic stuff.
Thank you so much. You're going to make me cry.
No, you're awesome.
Oh,
Well, I hope you guys have a great night. And let's go on to Mighty.
I mean,
Mighty Red.
I mean, you know what? I'm glad that we brought this up because you know what? Our seniors who have, have literally paved the path for all of us to be here today should not be treated like this.
Liz, how about yourself? Did you have anything to add for the final goodbye for today?
I'm just blessed that I was given this opportunity. I think you guys are awesome. You're wonderful. And I hope things continue. And I would love to do this again on any subjects. I really had fun doing this.
Awesome. So great to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I myself have some cleaning to go and do because hopefully someone bought me some isopropyl alcohol. You think public venues would keep up when you turn around and say, I'm running out of isopropyl alcohol. Okay, get us a quote. Running low on isopropyl alcohol. Haven't got any yet. Oh, we'll get it for you. I ran out of isopropyl alcohol. I can't do the cleaning tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we'll get you some this week. 2 months later. Why haven't you been cleaning? Because no one bought me the isopropyl alcohol. Why didn't that? I swear, sometimes it's psychotic. Anyway, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and whatever ugly creature decides to crawl up out of the depths of the internet to say, hey, we're a streaming service. Later's all.